Arizona and Florida continue to be some of the most important states in the union for women's health. Today, the Arizona Supreme Court just enacted a law that was written in 1864. To give you guys perspective, Arizona was the last of the 48 states to be added to the union. And they were added February 14th, 1912. So that's a law that was on the books when Arizona was a territory. Gee, have we had a little advance in medical science since 1864? Because last time I checked, they were using chloroquine to knock people out at that point. Chloroform. I don't think we do that anymore. So I'm saying pretty much that law's not relevant. Now, the Attorney General of Arizona, who won the Attorney General seat by less than 250 votes over a Republican, said that she will not use that law and not enforce that law. But it doesn't mean the next Attorney General won't. This is why voting is important. In Florida, Ron DeSantis is most unhappy and most dissatisfied that both marijuana and abortion will be on the ballot. Now, they both need 60% to get enshrined in the state constitution. I went out to lunch with a couple of my friends, and we had a conversation. They both think that Biden's going to lose, and I think that Biden's going to win. And I think women's rights and abortion is going to be the reason. And I look at the level of misogyny that we're seeing daily, whether it's treating people poorly because they're feminine, they're a woman on this application. My friends that are women tell me about all the horrible things that are sent to them via DM or just in the comments. We can definitely do a lot better than that. Gentlemen, we should definitely be doing a lot better than that. That's unacceptable. But you see it. The guy who's running for North Carolina's governor is calling for the repeal of the 19th Amendment. He wants to go back to a time prior to 1919. Well, Jim Crow was out throughout the South at that time period. Is that also what you're calling for? And he's an African-American gentleman. In my state, they've taken 1.3 million people off the voter rolls, the GOP has done, because abortion and marijuana are on the ballot. Ron DeSantis is terrified, and he should be. Every single special election that's happened since Dobbs. Remember, Dobbs happened in June of 2022. Every single one, abortion is one. Abortion is most certainly on the ballot, because as much as Donald Trump wants to run away from it, he put the three Supreme Court justices on the court. And all these Republican governors who are putting in these medieval abortion laws, if Donald Trump called up and said, don't do that, they would stop. They're scared of Donald Trump. He's not doing that, which means he's okay with it. I don't care what nonsense he says. He said directly out of his own mouth that there has to be a penalty for a woman with abortion. That's what he thinks about women. That's what the GOP thinks about women. Listen to Lindsey Graham. He's pissed off that Donald Trump was trying to find the middle ground. They always want the child. They don't give a crap what happens to the child afterwards. They're not really pro-life. They're forced birth. What is it, 23,000 women in Texas had to carry the rapist baby since the Dobbs decision of June of 2022. You don't think women are pissed and aren't going to vote? You're out of your fucking mind. Please be on the correct side of history. Please vote for sovereignty for women. My daughter's 25. She'll be 26 in October. I want her to be able to have a healthy and safe pregnancy in a place like Florida, where on May 1st, there will be a 6-week abortion ban. Now, my family history, my personal family history, my ex-wife and I had a child in 1998. Her name is Jacqueline Lauren. Now, my ex-wife carries a gene called Tay-Sachs. It comes from Eastern European Jews. And it kills male children in pregnancy. Her mother had a pregnancy in 1969 that was a boy, that was a stillborn. her in 71, and another brother in 74, stillborn. So in order to make sure that didn't happen to my spouse in 1998, we got an amniocentesis done in 9 weeks, which is anyone who's been pregnant recently knows is still really, really early, so that we could make a decision on whether or not to keep the baby. Now, Jacqueline Lauren is my daughter's name, but we had picked out a boy's name, Matthew Ryan. That's 1998. I still remember that. That's how serious this conversation was. And you're taking that conversation out of the doctor's hands and putting it into a politician's. And those rooms are too fucking small for someone like Rick Scott or Ron DeSantis to be in there with you and your spouse, talking about your family and possibly growing it, or not, depending on the circumstances. Please remember to vote true and vote blue. The women in your life will thank you if you do.